Hey everyone, it is time, now that we have our catalog, to go through what we have, what we want to grow, and what we're gonna order. So yes, this is a pretty long list. I'm being pretty ambitious this year. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go through the seeds I already have. Some of these I've gotten from seed swaps, attending workshops. These are seeds I previously had, ones that I'm saving. So I'm gonna kind of go through one by one now and say, okay, for example, this is a butternut squash that I had saved. Looking at my list, I do not have butternut squash. So I'm probably not gonna, I might grow this just for funsies, but I'm not going to give this to somebody because it might not sprout. Versus something like my tomato seed here. This is a Roma tomato. I got this from a seed swap. I do have tomatoes on my list. So I'm gonna list for myself that I have Roma, because I know personally I want to also grow cherry. So I know at least I have that down. And then, you know, I don't have sunflowers on here, but I got a black cherry sunflower. I might see if somebody else wants that for a swap. But what I'm essentially going to do is keep going down this list and see what I do have to find out what then I'm going to buy. So something like garlic, I already have, it's in the ground outside. And let's just keep going down the list and see what we're left with. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, so I had more than I thought, which is great. Remember, your seed packets can be carried year after year. You're not planting the entire packet at once most of the time. So things like carrots, I know I can get at the Dollar Tree, cilantro I can get at the Dollar Tree, thyme, my herbs. So what I'm going to use now my seed catalog for are different varieties of tomatoes that I'm not going to see in the big box store. I might see if they have peanuts in here, maybe calendula or chamomile, since they're not as popular here, and turmeric. So that's how I'm creating my list of the order that I'm going to actually put in. So for example, tomato, these are in alphabetical order, like I mentioned previously. So squash, sunflower, I keep going, if I could remember my alphabet. All right, so we're in T for tomatoes. So the first thing I want to do is figure out what I want to grow, right? So I have seen tomatillo seeds, so I'm not as worried about those. Excuse me, but I do want to try one of their fancy ones just because I think the garden looks cool. Sometimes things don't need to be useful in the garden. You can just do things that look neat. So I want to try one of these micro tomatoes. So they are $5. They are more expensive, but they are definitely something that can be grown in a much smaller area. These are great if you have like an apartment, or something where you don't have a whole lot of space. So I'm going to try a micro tomato is probably what I'll end up buying, as well as I really want to try, if they have them, these like black beauties, because I'm just obsessed. I think they look amazing. So that's how I determine what I'm going to buy out of the seed catalog versus something like the Dollar Tree. So we're going to do tomato, micro, and we're also going to list out the Galaxy. So that is 2 that we're going to get. Pepper seeds are very prominent here, so I'm not going to worry about those. And then again, carrots I can get from Dollar Tree. I'm just making a list for myself. Cucumbers, again, very prominent here. And I'll take you guys with me when I go, probably in the next couple of months when the seeds start coming out, to see what the selection looks like. Peanuts, I want to check and see if they have, same with turmeric. So let me finish my set on what I'm going to get and then show you what the site looks like and how to put in that order. Okay, so here's what the site looks like. Like I said, you can come in and browse this for free. There's plenty in here that you can look through. I apologize, my internet is super slow. But you can look by category, things like that. Or what you can do is next to, in the catalog, next to things have the product number. So for example, for the micro tomatoes, it is TO107. So all I have to do is type that in here, TO107. And there comes my micro seeds. So I can go ahead and add these to the cart. It helps if you are signed in. And also what is neat is that, for example, I wanted peanuts this year. I give myself a year to do a unique plant every single year. So it looks like they're currently out of stock, but what I'm going to do is have myself notified when they are in stock. Ta-da! So I'll be able to know and come in and purchase. So yeah, that's all you need to do, and then you can come in when you are ready and check out. That's it. So I'm going to finish that up, but hope this was helpful on how you translate what you want to grow across the seeds that you have, your catalog, and something you might be able to get cheaper at a big box store. Thanks, everyone.